I find it very interesting. I know, in full transparency, having just finished an online survey for my PhD quantitative research class, I find it interesting with your questions and haven't had to go through the whole IRB process. I would find it very interesting if this would pass. Honestly, I don't know who you all had to do your survey. Can you come back on so we can see you? Ms. Richards?
Yeah, I apologize. I need to get a drink of water. So
okay, no problem at all.
Yeah, so we had our survey. I'll hear what you have to say.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. One thing I find concerning is at no point did we say we wanted to eliminate the national exam. We said we wanted not require it as a reason for licensing in Maryland, but anyone who wanted to take the national exam could take it. So no one has ever suggested eliminating a national exam. So I find that concerning with the survey. I also find concerning that one of the questions stated you need to have a national exam in order to practice and take care of vulnerable people. Now, one, we even need it like you should even do it to take care of every citizen in Maryland who needs therapy, not just vulnerable people. So that's a little leading to, because I myself, I think every social worker here, who we want to take care of the vulnerable population, but we want to take care of everybody. So why wouldn't I say, well, yeah, we need it for that? So I find these questions slightly misleading and everything, or they're not very open-ended, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of that, and I have something to later will, we had a request to enter something to the record, so we'll talk about that later. And then my question is, when you have the Maryland regions, in what world is Frederick County a capital region with Montgomery and Prince George's County, when Howard County and Anne Arundel County are closer to the capital region? So I find that interesting that Frederick County, which is on the other side of Montgomery County, is in the capital region, where Howard County and Anne Arundel County are right between, border both PG County and PG County and Montgomery County. So I don't know how, unless that's a formula that the state already uses to identify the capital region. I know Anne Arundel County contains BWI. It's on the other side of Baltimore would be that. So that one, I'd love to hear, how did we pick the region for that?
That was pulled off of the region breakdown for the state of Maryland.
Okay, because I looked that up too. I did not see that. Unless you can, because I mean, Frederick County is outside of Montgomery. So yeah, so those are my concerns with this, and that. But so that's why I would now recognize Senator Washington and then McGrath, and I believe anybody else. We have a few more behind them. Thank you.
Thank you all. I think my neighbors are upgrading to BIOS or something, and it has messed up, I think, my older connection. But again, I apologize for being late and appreciate you adjusting the schedule. I did have a couple questions for the board. Now, we recall, everyone, that the legislation that passed in 2024 did a couple of things. One, it had to do with the sunset extension, for the board, as well as for the exam. So just on the latter, just because we're operating under the existing legislation, I am looking for, I'm just wondering who requested the survey, that the board do a survey. I'm just curious. And how was it
voted on by the board?
I'm sorry?
It was voted on by the board members.
And how was it paid for?
I used money that is set aside for conferences, and I will not be attending any conferences this year, and neither will board members. So, yes.
I don't know, Delegate, how is that a use? Is that or maybe we'll handle this separately, Delegate.
Yeah, I would prefer that we would have that discussion not in front of.
Right. But just saying that I just was wondering where the authorization for that and the payment for it came from.